What's up, guys? It's Bill. This is Shadowlands. This is Shield Wardens. I forget what session we're on, like 51? 52. 52, the producer in my ear says. Yeah, so we're at session 52. Last time we left off, the party left the Arc Ocean, made a longer than expected journey to the islands of Leoth, landing on the main island of the Blessed Leoth, and headed in, speaking to the High Priestess here on Leoth. And from there was ushered or was described or told of who the dragon, or Warren, as they know him, came to speak to, and she offered to let them go speak to Draxon, a member of well, they don't really know much about him other than they've been told things that he is a lich and ancient being and the original, or one of the original owners of the Crown of Sorrow. And so there, she opened up the door, and they were about to head down the stairwell. And I think let's just get back into it, and let's figure out what's going on. Welcome, guys.
Hey.
With the High Priestess, and I don't see my notes for her name right now, so I don't know why. But anyways, with the High Priestess opening up the door here, what are we up to? Anything in particular?
I think I've had my conversation with the mother, and I'm at this stage letting Hendrix take the lead.
So this gentleman we are going to meet. Oh, sorry, I'll look around. What was his name?
Warren?
That was not the person we were going downstairs to meet.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry, I thought you meant the dragon guy. I mean, I thought it was weird that you forgot who we were going to talk to. His name's Draxon.
This Draxon?
Yeah.
How long has he been on this island?
Didn't ask the question.
Is the priestess woman still with us?
I mean, she's there in the chamber. So if you guys are wanting to be addressing her or whatever, then yeah, you can say she's standing next to you, or you can walk over and talk to her. However you want this scene to play out.
Let's say she's standing next to us.
I'd like the next group of people who have traveled a really long distance to actually speak with her are finally coming up to talk to her, and then we just interrupt them straight up. That would be sorry, we're not finished. Go
really
back.
Really quick.
Yeah, back 10.
Sorry.
Yes,
Draxon.
Mm-hmm.
I just. Who is he? How long has he been on this island? And it seems like quite a way to go. Well, home-wise, if he lives down there.
He's been on this island since we have been on this island. So for the entirety of the island.
And how long is that?
Well,
I'm thinking centuries.
The shattering happened 300 years ago. Draxon was amongst the first denizens.
Okay. Don't think he's human.
Nope. Not anymore. But he hasn't been for millennium.
Then what is he?
Well, he's a lich.
I cast protection from evil.
Check.
Hey, it's a bingo! It's a bingo!
That's not every spell on your spell list.
It's got black out.
One of my spell lists, and it's appropriate. All right. Mandy jumps off the edge. I'm complete!
Levitate.
He'll forget. Like he won't remember he's got fly or feather
I
fall.
got like
He's just-
fly. I've got the Nimbus coronet. I've got Tetherfall. I've got an animated performance.
You make a wall
Anyway.
of force underneath them. Just
Yeah.
none of that exists.
Sorry.
Oh wow!
There's nothing to
I don't
worry
think I've
about.
ever met a lich before.
Mhm.
I've only heard about them in stories, and they're
Not good stories. Generally, they're not normally the hero.
Yeah,
I mean, hero he's ceased to become long ago, but he is not an evil inherently, I suppose. Or if he is, he's not a threat to us. Otherwise, he would not reside here.
I don't know how to tell you. I mean, a lich is a powerful undead creature who's hell-bent on maintaining their own power structure.
I just know them
everything-
from fantasy stories, wanting
Yeah.
power and knowledge.
And beautiful buxom babes.
They have good
I don't-
trade too. You trade,
No,
you know,
but
all kinds
alas.
of stuff with them. So you know,
She looks at Natsu like
So
that
what
look
we-
of like you've traded with a lich.
I mean, you
I
don't
only
Maybe
know-
he means a leech.
Oh yes, leeches are useful sometimes. I only know of one other lich, and that one I would not like to meet. This one I was not keen on meeting the first time, but he has proved useful to us and has helped sustain this island.
Any advice when talking to him?
I mean, show some modicum of respect, I suppose. Anyone who's been around that long would appreciate that, as I know.
That
Okay.
seems completely understandable. He's not going to like try and suck our souls out or anything.
No,
He's not expecting a gift or anything, is he?
no. He might actually enjoy a visit from time to time. He doesn't get many, as you can imagine.
Because he's a lich.
Yes, yes. And he generally
Those
keeps himself
comparatively.
Okay.
anonymous here. So I suppose after this, if you do not necessarily tell everyone of it, I only allowed access due to Theodosia's requests and knowing that Morwerin had visited him.
To be honest, I don't think they'll believe us.
Fair enough.
This is a holy island. If I was to go around saying there's a lich in the basement,
They think there's cuckoos in your crow's nest.
Some often do, speaking to such a child.
Okay, well, let's
Hey.
go talk to the dead dude then.
Braxton.
Things not to say to him. Don't bring up the fact that he's dead.
Are
what
you
we
asking
enjoy
her, or
about
you
being
already
alive.
leaving? Or it just says you're walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like things not to talk about.
How
The
much you
pleasure
like
of,
the
like-
sun?
Skin on skin touch.
Yeah, yeah. How when I get hot, I can feel my blood coursing through my veins.
all
definitely do not bring up the lotion.
No, sure. You never. It rubs the lotion in. Right, Natsu.
I mean, to some, yes,
Natsu,
yes.
you don't have a suit made of skin, do you?
Why would I have a suit made of skin? Do you
See,
want
that's
one?
not
I can
an
probably get
outright-
you one.
It's not an outright no. That's the. It should have just
Yeah.
been a straight up no with a queried look. You the fact that you're just Natsu. Listen, you freak me out, dude. You freak me out.
Everything is for a price, you know. You want to trade, you trade.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm the one who keeps on having to say this, but you need to have some kind of morality at some point, Natsu.
So how much is that?
It costs
About
quite a-
250.
Yeah, it costs more than I'm actually willing to spend sometimes, to be fair. Anyway, you are obviously used to lichens, Natsu.
I mean, I'm used to a lot of things, you know, whether you keep your mouth shut, don't look at them in the face, especially don't look into them in the eyes, you know, because that's just bad, you know. But, you know, I mean, it depends on what kind of lich, what kind of ghost, or what kind of undead it is, you know. I mean, some like to suck the blood out of you, you know, those are bad.
Those are bad. Randy says in a very level, neutral voice. And we're gonna keep walking. Keep walking.
I mean,
So you walk.
It is a good thing that he doesn't want us to dig up dead bodies and stuff like that. I mean, that's always a bonus.
Or don't talk about the breeze in your hair. That's always a good feeling in the morning. Scrunching your toes in a long carpet.
The feeling of holding someone close and knowing they'll be with you for at least a short while. Yeah.
I really hope he doesn't have super hearing.
I really hope he doesn't have super hearing.
Sorry.
If he does, sorry.
It's an open corridor. He's just sitting on there.
So you're descending like a spiral staircase, essentially, that's like carved into the rock face down here. And it goes, as you go down, it goes from kind of like chiseled, fairly smooth walls, and it definitely appears that this has been chiseled into the mountain, into the island itself. But as you go down, you start to see on the wall like relief sculptures done of various creatures and people, all different sort of styles and wares. And the floor, even these stairs that started off as just like rough chiseled things, start to turn into something that has been carved and smoothed out in spots and then carved like design work into it. You see many places there's like this bear motif. There's like stylized bears of like what looks like what would be on like a coat of arms or something like that. And you spiral down for a while, and eventually you come to like a corridor, and you start hearing the sound, especially Hendrix earlier, of like something chipping at rock. And as you kind of come down to this corridor spot, this long pathway, you see on the walls there are various figures that have been carved in. And there's not like this panel here is this thing, this panel here is that thing. There's like the face of someone here, and then there is like the face of someone like kind of in an open spot where that chiseling didn't quite work or didn't quite finish off, so there was a space. So it's almost filled in with this relief chiseled work. And you see a figure down the hallway that is like just kind of with a hammer and chisel just kind of working at an open spot in the wall, chiseling away.
He's not what I thought he'd look like.
Yes,
This particular figure from the distance is hooded, on the shorter side, probably like 3.5 feet or so. Kind of stocky, probably like a dwarf in stature. Currently has like a wooden box on the ground, and he's standing on top of it, and he's like chiseling a spot up high, just kind of working on a spot. There are a few like doorways that kind of lead off, or not doorways, but I guess hallways that like lead off in different directions out here. There's no lights down here. There's no like torches. It's just as soon as you guys kind of spiral down, you're in pretty much pitch black. So I don't know if anyone wants to cast light or anything, but yeah, it's.
Well, I don't appear to have dark vision, so I will cast light on my Nimbus Coronet crystal. Let it shine out in front of me, like a little flashlight on top of my head, and I'll call out to this guy and go, hello? Are you Draxon?
And he chisels for like a moment or two longer, waiting, like finishing off a section, and then he just kind of points slowly down the hallway, further on down the hallway, and you see that at the very far distance and barely visible because your light doesn't quite reach, but just the way the shadows, I guess, reflecting off this rock, you can see that there's a large stone doorway there that has been carved intricately with images of skeletons and like creatures on one side and then like demons on the other side, and they're kind of arrayed as if like fighting each other.
Must be a contractor then, just doing the statues.
Yeah, fair one, fair one.
I think they'd have a team though. Poor guy all on his own. Maybe they're on a break. I don't know.
I mean, is he changing them or is he making them from scratch? I think he's making them from scratch.
Like as you kind of walk by, you see him chiseling a little spot, working on an area. There's like an area of stone here that looks like it's fairly open, and he's kind of working as if he's probably hasn't gotten too far into it, but there's like bits of what a new face or a new structure here would be.
Okay. Did we recognize any of the faces on the way down?
You can give me a history check if you like.
Sure. 14.
A few of them that you've kind of walked by have been figures of like legend, figures of old, like people that were touted as like great kings of places, and people that were touted as like high mages or people of knowledge and intelligence that
Okay.
They're all kind of worked in here. You kind of see probably, I know some of you have huge passive perception, so we'll just say, like, as you walk by this dwarf that's chiseling, first you see the hands that are working the chisel and the hammer are bone, and he's just kind of sitting there chiseling in. And secondly, the image he is working on appears to be like the face of a dragon.
I lean in on the dwarf skeleton as we go past, and I go, movers and shakers, eh? People that are most important at this moment. Am I right? I get you.
He
By
just
the way,
kind of
try and catch my good side.
was a short nod.
I don't see anyone from the group. And I don't see any of the charmed ones. Collared ones, sorry. I don't see Theodosia at all. And I don't see Sigranus at all.
No, probably not.
Right.
That
makes sense.
Yeah.
People behind the people. I get it. All right. We're walking on.
Yeah. You reach this large double door with the skeletons and the demons kind of arrayed against each other.
It's pretty spooky.
Very spooky.
Do you think, well, maybe it's just themed decor, like he's accepted he's a lich now.
Yeah.
But still, looks like they're fighting each other. Maybe he wants to fight against them as well.
Maybe. Maybe he just wants
Do we
to...
knock?
I mean, he knows we're coming. Let's not. We'll knock. We'll be nice.
If there isn't a knocker, I will use my hand and knock on this exceedingly large stone door.
Yeah, there isn't like a knocker, and
Yeah.
the sound doesn't necessarily carry very far from you trying to knock on this like stone door. It is intricately carved and very well carved. But yeah, it doesn't seem to have any answer.
Okay.
I'm out of ideas. Have you got anything? And I'll you go forwards.
I've got an idea or two. I think about casting Shatter.
What happened if you cast Enlarge Reduce, but just on the door part?
Let's make it a little bit smaller.
I think it's
Just a little door in a big
chance
door
of it
frame.
just
To be
fall
fair,
in or not.
I think it's only a creature.
I look at the door. I look at the pictures on the wall. Are there any characters on here that I, as Randy, would identify the most with?
On the
On
walls,
the actual door, on the door
or the
itself.
door itself. I mean, what would you think you would identify with being demons on one side and skeletons on the other side? There's other creatures actually worked in with the skeletons, but they're all like undead.
I think I'm looking for the skeleton with the violin,
Okay.
you know, or
Sure.
the guy that's like playing his rib cage, you know, as a xylophone.
Sure, there's arrayed in the like army of skeletons and undead creatures in the kind of back of this picture. There is a skeleton with like big war drums and gongs, like
Yeah, that's my
Drum.
guy. That's my guy. I'm gonna go up to him, and wow, Randy is huge.
she just got
Larger than life. I'm like, whoa.
you got a makeover right quick.
Yeah, man, looking good though. Yeah, I'm gonna push that guy and say, open up. Gotta see about a lich. You know how it is. Don't keep me waiting, you stupid fucking bitch. That didn't
Okay.
work.
I mean, how hard do you push on it?
I push on it. You know,
I mean,
like
it
not-
starts to slowly like open up as you
it's not
push on
even
it.
locked.
Like it's just
we thought it was like a French slide door, but it was just a
Yeah.
it was
it's
just a
push
swing.
door, and
Yeah.
it's on such like hinge work or whatever that it doesn't even take you a lot of effort to like push these doors open. Like it's
didn't
very well
realize you were that
balanced
strong.
and designed.
I turn back to the others and I go, magic, mother lovers.
As I say, that door is huge.
That's, you know what they say, big door, big keyhole.
I don't know how that reference is here, but on we go.
I walk in, I go, damn it, Randy.
You come into like a circular room. On the other side, there's another set of double doors over there. Similar, like carving a motif worked in there. But in the center, there is a pool of water that is just kind of like sitting there with like it's raised up a little bit. So it's like maybe 2 feet high with like that section's all carved in around there. And it's just, I mean, it's carved with like a floral, like almost plant like design to make it almost look like it is a pool of water amongst this like stone work of flowers and plants.
Right. Is there a body around here?
At the moment, you don't see anyone. There's just the one door on the far side and the pool of water in the middle.
I mean, if it's a centerpiece, Randy
Yeah.
will go and investigate it.
All right.
Yeah, I'll follow and point out anything that you can't see with your non-dark vision eyes.
I have my light shining, sir. I can see
Fine.
just fine for 30 feet
Up
in
to-
front of me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
up to
got
30.
a little bit further than that, so just trying to help out.
So you walk up to this
Trying to
pool,
help.
Randy, investigating and looking into the water. You kind of see the water almost feels or seems like it shimmers a little bit. And you see there an image of yourself, actually, as you recognize. A very handsome halfling man, maybe a touch of gray starting to creep in spots. You're surrounded by a group of people, all in fine clothes and decked in jewels and finery, like in a room that is also like plush. There's couches,
Mahogany and leather-bound
mahogany,
books.
everything's great.
Large recliner single-seater chairs set at different
Mhm.
angles, rugs on the floor, large paintings on the walls of the people that are there, or if not them, then their ancestors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this place, although I've never been in this place. Okay.
And
Do I see any relatives in here?
the other people in the room are almost like blurry, almost as if they don't matter. The only really one that is in focus is you.
Do I look happy?
You look like you're having a good time. It's almost like mid scene of you like telling a story and kind of like laughing, like a goblet in your hand of some fine alcohol. Just seems like you're enjoying your life.
I look at it for a while and just enjoy the scene. And I do that thing where you just take a sharp breath to stop yourself from actually having a tear fall out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Hendrix, as you kind of walk up to support Randy in his investigation of this, you see an image of yourself in your captain finery, standing at the helm of the ship, the wind blowing around. There is actually, it's not your ship as you look around. It's a nicer ship, a bigger ship, from what you can tell. And there are like a groups of people running around, listening to your orders, following your commands, and like a banner flows behind you of a like rose behind you there, like flapping in the wind.
I am just in amazement. I'm just like, this ship's huge. The flag. Is that me? I take a quick, sharp, like, look at Randy, like, to try and see if he's seeing what I'm seeing, but I'm sure he's seeing his own thing, so I think he's seeing what I'm seeing. And I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Are you seeing the Merchants Club?
I don't know what that is, but I see me being the captain of a really big ship.
I should let you go first. No, I'm not seeing that. I stomp off away from the picture.
I stare for like a couple more minutes trying to figure out if this is like me or the fountain. Like, is it like And then when not found in the water, and then when I realised that he was seeing something different, I'm like, it must be the. What do you, Natsu? Control test now.
But give me a minute. I am trying to see what is valuable in this room.
What do you
Natsu's
see?
overcome with.
I am. Just give me a second. I am trying to see what is valuable in this room.
No. We need. This is important. When you look into this water, do you see?
Is there valuable stuff
a country
in the water?
club? There might be.
Might be.
Come have a look.
Did I see anything else valuable in this room? By the way, I'm rolling a perception check.
Okay.
While he's still looking around the room, I'm like, "Oh, is that sparkly treasure in the bottom there? I can't quite see."
18.
Maybe if there was an expert about.
Rolling also.
This is like just a cylindrical room, essentially, with carvings on the wall. There is no furniture. There's nothing else but the pool and this, and a door to the distance. There's nothing of value.
Recognize? Okay, I was going to say, can I recognize the carvings? So.
I mean, similar to what Randy had seen before, they are images of figures of old. This particular spot you see is carved with images of towers and mages standing around in various locations. This room seems to all be filled with that, like from almost in a circle. There are these large towers that go up to like almost the roof area, and proportionally there are, well, not really proportionally, but it's like made to look like the mages are closer than these towers in the distance. There are mages standing around, various staffs in their hands. Some look like they are more like nature based. Like one has a twisted, gnarled cane like staff with like a little bird that's like perched on top. There's some that look like more geometrical shaped staffs in their hands, and you see a familiar now for many of you, a sun emblem with like a tree carved into it on several of their like tabards. You see some soldiers with shields and swords, and the shields have that sun and tree worked into them.
It is interesting, to say the least, that the dwarf carved all this. So,
yeah, no, you're right. He must have had a lot of time in his hands.
Pool? Are we stealing the water out of the pool? What are we doing?
Just have a look and tell us what you see. All right.
Fine.
So Natsu, as you kind of look in, you see yourself like reclining in a large chair that seems to be like golden and like velvet cushioning. There's like jewels all over you. There are bags of coins like stacked around you. It seems to be that there are several people that are like coming up and like giving you offerings of things. Like they have like chests that they're bringing forward and like holding out to you as you kind of like survey over this room of people that are kind of like there at your beck and call and bringing you gifts and treasures.
Interesting.
Ship interesting?
No, shows reality.
What are you seeing?
What am I seeing? What are you seeing? You're not
What
seeing
are you
reality?
seeing?
I see
Yeah, you're saying
reality.
You see reality. I can't. I'm going to insight that. And on a 12, I have no doubt he's telling the truth.
Yeah, go ahead and give your roll, whichever one it is, and just tell them whether, tell them the number. You don't have to tell them what you rolled.
18.
Yeah. I figure with deception being an expertise, it's going to be very hard for you to roll less than a 13.
Yeah, I figured as much, but
yeah,
never know. Sometimes the story tells itself.
Exactly.
in weird ways.
I just think that Natsu is actually bonkers. So
Oh, there's that.
Well, that doesn't settle anything then. Still don't know if this is one of those desire pools or like a future pool or like stealing memories pool or
yeah, or it's just a pool, and the person who casts the spells is the one who we should really be asking questions. Hendrix, whatever that is, it's not you now.
obviously.
And if it's something that you want, maybe it's good to have that reminder, but staring at it isn't going to make it come any quicker, is it?
No, but just trying to remember the design.
I stop and I round on Hendrix at this point, and I go, you have a vision of seeing yourself as a ship captain?
Something like that. I want to be
Being in charge of a
remembered.
large
and-
ship?
Yeah, they yeah.
Having your crew?
You're gonna need a crew of a large ship, I guess.
You think about this all the time, sun up to sundown.
Not all the time, but it drifts in, laying on the hammock. Wind blows
And when
through
you
the
lay
hair.
in the hammock, do you see the ship? I mean, really see the ship. Do you close your eyes? Can you feel the wood underneath your hand as you roll across the rail? Can you hear the sails creak as you go through the air? Can you listen and actually listen to the actual sound of the wood rubbing on the wheel on your helm?
Yeah, but that's just how everybody daydreams.
No, that's called actually having a passion for something, Hendrix. It's a beautiful thing. And it's not going to hurt anyone for you to get that. So get it. And don't say that you need to see it so you can grab the actual lines of the ship. You've got the lines here
No.
already.
Maybe.
You have it.
Right. Yes, I am. Bit. Not that, but close to it. I got you guys. As I look at you and Natsu. I got you guys. So what are we doing?
I'm going to put my hand on your hand, reaching up for it real quick, and just say, it's no small thing to actually find something that can drive you, that is positive and not harming anyone else in this world. I wish I had that. I am acutely jealous of you in this moment. And if I can help you, I will. Okay?
Thanks. This has got real quick. And Hendrix is like, I was not expecting this. I thought everyone was just seeing the great pool. Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I appreciate it. And I am happy you're with me. And Natsu,
Yeah.
you're a hell of a person. Just give him a thumbs up.
100%.
I try to be. It doesn't always work out so well. You end up hanging by your toes upside down in the middle of a, shark tank. But, you get by.
I love the Bond world that Natsu lives in, whether it's in his head or
Yeah.
not.
It's like
I
one
mean-
of those. I just think all he says is rubbish, but there might be truth behind it, and I'll never believe it if it is.
I feel like if he lives in a Bond universe, he's just goon number 3. You know? Like he's never.
I love on this world where there's no oceans, there's
Yeah.
nothing like that. Somehow, someone still has a shark tank that Natsu is hanged upside down by his toes over.
Yeah. I actually am now worried about air sharks.
Yeah.
A shark.
Wouldn't they just be birds?
If you will. No, an actual lifted Sharknado. just traveling
Sharknado.
across the cloud skies.
Yeah. Just
Homebrew GM, make it happen. I'm ready.
there's got to be sky sharks flying around now. We're gonna have to make this happen.
We're gonna fear the nat ones.
Since you're at really high level, though, they got to be really freaking gnarly because
it puts a new meaning to shark tornado.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sharknado.
Anyways.
It's whatever that stupid movie
Yeah.
series called.
Yeah. Yep. There is anyways, it makes me think of a Magic the Gathering card. There is one where you can get flying sharks, and my brain is like,
Wow.
we must make this happen.
I guess.
We're looking for a lich.
Shall we knock
Draxon,
on the other door?
where are you? Yeah. I pace over to the other door and I bang in it angrily.
The door kind of like swings open slowly as you put your fist on it first.
I push it as hard as I can, wanting it to slam.
Magic.
I'm angry at this guy.
It swings open. It doesn't quite slam, like it comes to this nice gentle stop towards the end of its trajectory and hangs open. You see a room that is a little bit more, a little rougher than the rest of the area you've seen so far. There is like carved in walls, but they're not like intricate, detailed carvings or anything in this room. It is more of an open, just like cliff face, like rock face that's been carved so that it's not super rough, but hasn't been overly well done. There are people all over this room. Well, people. There are creatures all over this room. There are skeletons. There are more sentient-looking creatures that are kind of like turn and look at you as the doors fling open. It's arrayed in almost like a grand hall area. There are, in the central area of this hall, a pathway that kind of leads up. But down the middle of that, there are coals or embers that seem to be like glowing, giving off faint light and a faint bit of heat in this cool, dark room. You see on a throne that's been chiseled and carved, probably the only thing that's really been made carved into like a nice face there. There's like this throne, and it's carved into this almost like bear motif again. Like it's a high back up top, and it's got like the face of a bear, which actually looks very similar to the one that you had seen on the Arcosian, minus the A is not there. It's like the face of a bear. And leaning back on the throne, there is a ancient looking being, skin kind of withered and taut to his frame. His hair kind of hangs kind of thin and long, white, long ago. He's dressed in like travel leathers, basically, just kind of laying back on the throne, kind of staring out at you. And you see some of these creatures, especially closer to him, like turning and looking at you, their eyes almost flashing yellow in the dim light that's here, and the light from Randy's coronet as he walks in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
No, please. It's good to be honored with guests so soon after one visited. Please come forward. You see, kind of behind him, behind this throne, as you walk closer, there is a kind of a glow, this dim kind of like turquoise light coming off from behind him, and there hangs, almost elevated, like floating in the air, a crystal, a large crystal hanging behind him.
Okay.
What brings you?
You are Jackson? Yes?
Ah, yes, that would be me.
Hello.
Hello.
We are Shield Wardens from Letong.
Greetings, Shield Wardens from Letong. You're far
yeah.
from home.
Yeah, about to get further. We are trying to catch up with someone who visited you very recently, I believe. Malwarin?
Is that the name he was going by? Sure.
Sure. His Scaisley nobliness, in all its glory, decided it would be a good idea to go and have a little chat with some people down south, if you know what I mean.
I'm aware of of what you intimate. Oh, I apologize. Would you like to seat?
No. Thank you. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really want anything from you for fear that would be regarded as a trade with something wanted in response. Don't take it the wrong way, but I've never heard a good story about a lich.
There are few. My story is very old.
Yeah.
Sit a while and listen.
I don't think I will do that either. We came to speak with you to find out what he asked. I would ask that you pass on that information so that we can better make a decision about what we will do when we will catch up with him. He may need our assistance. He may need us to stop him.
He may need both. I question, though, the reasoning for talking to me, since it seems we are already at a distrust. What if I say something? The stories of my kind are ever such that one would not trust anything I say.
A little girl said that you are to be trusted, and I'm going to trust that little girl despite her lying about being a little girl. I have people in my party who, under other circumstances, I would regard as absolute enemies, but have come to trust them on a daily basis. People that I would have regarded as family back home have turned their back on me. Trust is one of those things where in the moment you have to make a choice. I'm choosing to trust you in this moment.
Well, then, it's a good choice to make, I suppose. Although I do wonder which of your kin here that you bring would be an enemy. Guessing the cat folk, but that's just me.
Nancy's like, what?
Full on swatting flies in the background. What?
They do what now? So
I was going to offer refreshments, but I suppose that is also not a gift wished given.
Wow. We can. What have you got? And I've got, and I start pulling out like some of the stolen booze from the king that we've still got. I think
yes.
I've got something. And I just pull out one of the bottles. I'm just like, well, a glass for a glass.
We could do that.
Took this when we destroyed a collared one.
He kind of reaches out and gestures, and you see a skeletal figure, like in an old kind of tattered dress, kind of walking forward, and another one following behind in what used to probably be like close to like a suit, like walking forward, and they both carry trays, and upon the trays are like crystal decanters and glasses.
I'll reach over, take the 2 glasses, and pour my drink into both. And then give him a gesture for the glass. I don't know how close I have to be, or put one on the tray and let it be taken back to him.
You could just use your abilities to send it to him.
You could.
An armored figure in like bonework armor kind of steps forward, walks over. He glances over the tray and grabs one bottle of like almost a yellowish liquid and pours it into 2 glasses and hands one over to you. And he takes the glass you set down and he walks up to Jackson and hands him the 2 glasses. Jackson nods his head and takes a sip of your glass. It's not bad. Bad. I haven't had new vintage in quite a while. He takes a sip of his and kind of like sets them on parts of the arm of his chair with his hands, just kind of gently surrounding it, getting close, just to make sure that the glasses don't fall.
I just sip my own one for now. See how the conversation goes before I try his.
Help yourselves if any of you would like it. So, more.
Yep.
And how have you come to know this scaly creature?
Well, we were meant to be on holiday. We were meant to be taking a break. We were at a place that features the same kind of bear sigil that you've got over there. The Ecosian?
Oh. Yes. Oh my. He would have been there, huh? Visiting his kin.
His what kind of kin? Sister, mother, daughter, cousin?
I don't know if they really have any direct blood relations. They were.
Oh, it's just a species thing.
I believe that's how they refer to themselves, as cousins or whatever now. They didn't used to, but since we've been up here, they seem to take a closer bond for those that remain. But
it makes sense. There's not many of them left now.
Doesn't help with the
meeting one would feel like meeting a distant cousin.
It's hard to actually get procreationally if you're like everyone's your cousin. Just saying.
I can't say I'm an expert in dragon reproduction.
He said it. You heard him say it. Dragon. Man, just let the heck out of the bag. Sorry, Natsu.
It's been a while since I've had a court jester around. It's nice. Maybe I'll have to look into getting one.
Did you just call me a court? Okay. That's fine.
I'm sorry. I have
No, you're fine.
long been since I've had to matter with political correctness.
No, at least he didn't call me short.
Oh no, isn't it little person or something like that?
That is brutal.
He prefers vertically challenged.
Ah, yes. See, I told you it's been a while. I'm not very good at this.
My cock is proportional to a giant. You're welcome. Let's move on.
You and Moerim must have talked. Do you mind sharing what the subject was about?
My old crown, I believe, is what he was looking at.
Crown
Crown
of
of
sorrow.
Sorrow.
Is that what they're calling it? Sure. Yeah, that crown.
What's he going to do with it?
Plans to take it to the island and allow the spirit there to have more freedom.
Allow the spirit there to have more freedom.
Yes. You. Yes.
Go ahead.
No.
No,
Quite
I
curious.
shouldn't have interrupted.
I'm very curious as to what would help. Like I said, it's.
I was just going to say, let's pretend I don't know who this spirit is, and maybe it's important to understand. Would you be able to share?
Yeah. Like we know who the spirit is, obviously, but if you say it out loud, so on 3, everyone who knows what the spirit is and what is in relation to Morwen, say it on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See, you didn't say anything there, did you, Drax?
No, it's more fun to try to hear you say something. Mashok.
Right.
Mashok, yes. So, the captain there would probably know better than anyone how it all works. Though I'm not sure he fully understands, so he understands.
I look at Hendrix and I'm like, I don't think he knows what the hell this guy's talking about.
No.
Mashuk. I know that name out of character, but it's been a week. So,
It has been a
GM,
week.
can I get a reminder?
Mashok was mentioned as the name of the island of which you were expecting him to go to.
But there's a spirit that's also called Mashuk. I say to Draxon.
So, as Hendrix has experienced, there are beings that have been preserved in certain forms. They're able to influence minimal areas around them. Minor beings have minor effects. Larger beings, more powerful beings, have greater effects. The first time ones like that came into existence was when Mashok and others, he kind of raises his hand up, almost like gesturing behind him. Came into existence. Mashok is old. He was old before he became the island, I suppose. He would like freedom. He's managed some minor abilities thanks to Warren. Keep forgetting what you guys call him.
What do you call him?
What do you call him?
I knew him first as Malavoxus.
So Morwen. All right. Malavoxus?
He's gone by many names over the centuries, but that was, I believe, his original draconic name he took.
Interesting.
So, Malavoxus.
My terrible Latin has reduced that to the bad voice. The bad messenger. Okay.
Who knows with dragons?
So why does he need your crown? What would your crown do?
The crown was originally used to free me from the bonds that kept me tied to a group. He's hoping to free the island from the bonds that tie it to the locality, to allow this creature to venture beyond the confines of its crystalline structures.
And if that was to happen, what would happen to the island?
The island is already on the ground. I suppose it doesn't need the levitation magics that was used to keep the whole thing aloft. It would allow the power of the island to be free to affect the world around it more. He's hoping that with that power and that of many other crystalline beings that he has sapped of their original power and souls, perhaps is what you guys call it. He's hoping to be able to push back against the demons to establish a beachhead and perhaps begin the campaign against them.
So you're saying he's done this before?
I mean, he's not freed himself before, but with the help of Malavoxis, he, for a while, took the crystals of various ships, small islands, the such, and drained them of power to enhance his own strength, which has allowed him to return down and push back the mists. He gathered a small group of heroes to his call. Some have been loyal, some have moved on, but with the help of them, he's worked on fighting back, or at least keeping the island itself safe.
So the
So
island
this is a
spirit's
tactic
free.
he's used this tactic a lot.
I mean, it's been a few years since they've established the first beachhead. I don't know exactly how long Malavoxis was raiding ships and small islands of their crystals to bring to Mershok, but he has enhanced the power of the island.
Can I ask if that power were to fall into the hands of the collared ones? Would Mershok be a problem?
Shock could be a problem either way, but his sanity is perhaps not as strong as one would like with one with so much power, but any of those that
Has he
wield
got
the
the
crystals.
potential to drain a whole island and make it sink to the mist just to gain more power?
He has done it before, but not with ones that any of you would have known about. When the shattering happened, most of the islands were here, but a few were scattered like Mershok in the darkness of the far east. And that particular one was able to gather others and eventually drain them.
And if that fell into the wrong hands,
Don't know if there's
all
hands
the
to be
island
wrong.
sinks down into the mist.
If he did that to Leitong, they could all just fall down into the mist.
Good indeed. Not sure his full aspirations there. Does desire to fight the demons, but at what cost, I don't know. Does his personal ambitions just leave him at reclaiming the ground, or is he looking to rule it? Is he looking to rule people or other crystalline creatures? I don't know.
You don't know? You are not privy to what people see when they look in the fountain?
Gives a little smile. We all see different things. That wasn't my magic, but I do like it, and I keep it around. It's fun.
So it's not just a one-way mirror for you to actually find out what people want.
Oh, I mean, I tend to know what people want. Yes, I do have some affinity in tapping into that. It's not always bad things, but it helps me sort out those that I think I can trust and those I cannot.
Huh. Okay. So, we go to the island of Mashok. We confront Malwaran. We take the crown from him. Can we destroy it?
That is an interesting question. Would destroying it free other things or bind some that were unbound?
If we were to give it back to you, would you promise never to give it away?
I've not held the crown in a very long time. Reminds me of things I don't like to remember.
Too much power and puts you in a position of doing bad things.
Belonged to my dad. He is not with us any longer.
Fair.
Okay.
And other things. Things I've done. Things I was not proud of.
Yeah.
Can go. We can give it back to his cousin.
I think that's the safest place. Yeah.
The place he's already stolen it from.
There's that.
We'll take it back to Theodosia.
That might be worth it. I've heard good things.
At least she will know somewhere safe to put it.
Yeah. All right. Facing Malwaran. That's a very powerful creature. If, as you say, he's been for millennia sucking the souls and powers of others to increase his power cell. How do we stop him?
How do you stop anything of power?
I guess a better question is, if you were us, how would you attack? How would you plan? Do you know of a weakness that only us looking, gesturing at a party like us would be able to accomplish?
Well, my experience with powerful beings tend to be that they overlook ones that they see as less powerful or less significant. You've managed to do some things from what I can tell and glean. I think you're more capable than you give yourselves credit.
Yeah. That's true.
We have got through some crazy crap.
You can seek advice from others if you desire. You could venture forth and prepare yourselves for direct conflict. You could use guile and subterfuge, may work as well.
Yeah, but that doesn't answer our question. Okay.
Just know that Mashulk is of singular desire, and will do whatever it takes, say whatever it takes to manage to do that. A group of heroes went after him once. He offered them deals, and many took it. Enough such that they departed and left him to do his bidding.
Gonna get you that ship.
We obviously going to try and catch up to him. He wouldn't happen to have any map or be able to show us the quickest route. In return, I'll leave this bottle and I'll put the whiskey down.
Yes, well, can be done. We have maps. It looks over and a skeleton will kind of like come scrambling out of the crowd, dressed in like old velvety clothes, kind of flowing, definitely in more ancient design. He's got like this kind of puffy hat with like a feather coming out of it, and he's got in his hands like a bunch of scrolls. And he kind of scramble around, reaching, pulling out one, and holding it out. The charts that will lead there, with annotations as to the better directions of travel. If you are of desire, there are islands in Valermont. It is safe regions for your people. You may stop and gather whatever supplies you might need amongst there. See if there's any goods that may help you in your travels and your journeys.
We're all good for stuff we need.
The map, though, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I will take the map.
If you do need someone and go into one of their ports, look for one with a ring of ivory.
A ring of ivory.
Okay.
They serve similar roles as to your group. They'll try to do it so in more secretive manners.
A secret group, you say?
Yes. They
Well, I've never heard of such a thing.
don't always deal
What are you on
in
about?
black
We
and
had the
white.
rebels on the island. They were a secret group.
Oh, yeah.
That's in the western direction. That's Desland. Valermont's safer. They're in peace times at the moment. It is from there that the original heroes that faced Meshulk and Malavoxus had hailed from.
When you said the heroes of legends and the island, it's all started to click. Hendrik's like, I swear I've read a book like this. Like, well, got read a book.
I definitely read books about this. For sure.
Thank you, Draxon. And I will actually pick up his glass now and try the whiskey, alcohol, liquid that he poured.
Yeah, it's a mellow. It's got a little bit of a like obviously the alcohol burn to it, some like vanilla notes to it. Nothing like overly. It's not like overly sweet. It's like kind of a smooth, almost whiskey-esque flavor. But yeah.
I rolled it around my mouth and I'm like, this is quite a flavor. The year? How long has this been in the barrel? I can taste the oak.
It aged for, I think, 100 years before it was pulled out. This has been sitting here for quite a while. I don't get much use of sharing it with many others. Some I pull out for company and some I use for my own.
This is quite a taste, and I appreciate everything. The map, the flavour, and the magic fountain that tells us our future.
Could be. One of many. It's the hard part about futures. There's many things that could change it. It's more perhaps what you want, desire, look for, value. It tells me much.
Damn, it just means you've got to work harder for it.
I think you're on the way of getting what you want.
Not that.
No?
But, no. Doesn't matter about your own choices. Other people need to want to make that choice for you. And
And you always listen to what other people tell you to do.
In that particular instance, is the only way it happens. Maybe. As the seed of an idea starts to take root in Randy's head off of that in exchange. But
Well,
away to my shock. We must
enjoy
leave.
your travels.
Oh,
Well, if we're ever this way again, we'll definitely stop in and say hi. It's been interesting.
thanks very much for not turning us into Member of Your Undead Court. Big fan of that. See you later.
I have very little need of
Gang
what I do
signs.
have. Enjoy. Feel free to come back.
I cast mending. Yeah. I cast mending on the stairs as we're going up the stairs. Yeah. You missed a bit.
That's a tick. I don't think I'm ever going to see a. Well, I might see a lich again, but will ever say tick. Done. Right.
I had a
Shall we go fight a
conversation
dragon now?
with the lich. Yeah. I think we're ready to go do that thing now.
He was definitely a lot nicer than usual.
We're nice people, Natsu. People want to be nice to nice people.
You bring undead, you gotta kind of bow down, can't look at them in the eyes. Definitely don't share their drinks with them for sure, You have to bring their bodies,
I looked that guy full in the eye the entire time.
I mean, he did not want anything. That is so odd.
He laughed at my jokes.
Unless if he stole your soul in the drink.
I mean, Hendrix, do you feel like you still have a soul in you?
Oh,
Yeah, no, I feel fine.
he could have stole our realities.
That would be interesting. We'll find out. I have a feeling he's just a good guy, lich.
Very odd with
I
undead.
don't know.
Very odd.
All the stories I hear to turn into a lich, it's hints on the set, like the deadly sins. There's always a craving for something that goes too far and breaks the wall, and then they can't die. And so, I don't know.
Listen,
I just think
he may be absolutely terrible by our standards, but he's 1,000 times better than the colored ones.
Yeah.
I would agree with that, because colored ones don't want to do anything useful.
My God, is this the first time we've all agreed on something?
That we all hate the colored ones.
I mean, you can't even trade the colors, worthless.
Take my hat off, put it on my chest. Just like, I love it when the crew comes together.
And I think with that, why don't we take a bio break? Thank you all joining us. We got a couple news follows. We got some chat going on here on Twitch. So if you're not here live, you can always join us. It's usually every other Monday. This is an off one, so we're going to go now like 3 weeks till we get back on schedule. But someone's going to go on a trip and have a good time while the rest of us chumps slog away at life.
It's me! It's me!
So, anyways, we're going to go on a short break, and then we'll be back as 15-minute kind of intercession here. So go grab a drink, get yourself relieved, get a snack, whatever. I'm going to go check in on my son and see how he's doing, and then we'll be back. to just kind of wrap it up, I don't think we're going to get into too much craziness today because we're short a player and we're going to an island. But yeah, we'll see if there's anything you guys want to do after that. So we'll see you in 15. If you are enjoying our content, please consider supporting us through Patreon. Patrons get access to videos early, as well as digital content easily imported into your own game or campaign. Every bit of support helps us grow as a channel. Do you enjoy watching a live game? Do you have Amazon Prime? Please consider subscribing using your Prime sub on twitch.tv/thexpguild. This is a free and easy way to support the channel. Finally, if you do enjoy this content and know others who might, tell your friends and family about the XP Guild. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for yet another XP Guild show. If you are enjoying this, please do us a favor, click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when our next show goes live. Feel free to drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, hear your thoughts on the show, or anything else you want to talk about. I'd like to take a quick moment to say thank you to our friends over at Hero Forge, a Skycastle LLC product. We are not sponsored by them, but if you're looking for great custom miniatures, check out HeroForge.com. They've been so kind to let us use their art, as many of the miniatures and artwork that we use come from their website with their permission. However, they have not reviewed our content, and so what we do does not necessarily represent their views or beliefs. Again, thank you to Hero Forge.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, let's get back to the show. Welcome back, everyone. All those joining us live, we do appreciate that. We appreciate you hitting the like and follow, and if you're on YouTube, dropping a comment. If you're here live in any capacity, say something in chat. Let us know you're here. We do appreciate it. We got a couple people dropping advantages and such in chat. Not sure we're going to get to that. If we don't worry. You always get your points back if we don't use it at the end of the session. But joining us live on Twitch, you get little points you can spend to influence the game in some form or the other, whether it's helping the DM or helping the players or whatever. It's good to have you guys here. We also have a Patreon membership. If people are interested, it's like $1 or $3 US, and it just helps support paying for things like all the programs we use to run, all the source material we use for these games, all of that. We do drop some maps and things like that. I just did a map drop the other day of all the Arcosian buildings I designed and put up for the players to run through. So if you are interested in those, that is something you can check out at our $3 membership level for that. So without further ado, let us rejoin our party as they exit the catacombs down here where they met Draxon, the Lich, who offered them a map in exchange for the whiskey that was left by Hendrix. And the party will return to kind of the main part of the island, making our way out of the temple complexes and heading towards their ship when we return back.
Hairball.
Oh boy. I hope that was at least muted for the listeners.
I don't think it was.
It was, yeah. Natsu just in the background, coughing up a hairball.
Absolutely in character.
See, it's funny because there's like Dave's Wednesday night game that I'm in. I have to do the Matthew McConaughey, all right, before I start playing. It's like Natsu has to cough up a hairball before they're in character and can get the voice and everything down.
For sure, for sure.
All right. Hairball has to be a new monk feature for releasing one key point of a hairball. Makes all enemies within 5 feet perform a Constitution saving throw, or they pure bulk.
Right.
One day we'll figure out how to record our fun stuff that happens off camera, and that will be a special
I
level.
don't think the
of
world's
Patreon.
ready for that.
I know,
Yeah,
that'll be a special level for Patreon if they really want to listen and read
Right.
the insanity of off camera.
Yeah. Patreon at $100 a month. You get all the
The foul mouth insanity of whatever.
the chat stream
Yeah, the
of
chat
our
stream.
in-game chat
Yeah,
stream.
for sure.
It's more tame in this game, honestly, because I'm not behind the chat.
Oh
In the
no!
game.
Oh no! The female, the ladies games is far worse than anything that
Oh man.
I
Well,
can't watch
speaking
it.
of,
Mhm.
this Friday, if you guys want to join
Oh, yeah.
the all ladies game, Age of Regression, it's set in the future of our Morosian setting,
Yep.
from where Billy and I and some of the others had, saved the world from imminent destruction. This is 500 years in the future. The world has less technology and everything, and trying to, I don't know, see what happens with the players there.
Yeah.
Good cast of great role-playing women.
No, yeah.
Joining
And the majority of them wanted to stab me as I announced we are starting at first level. So,
I don't blame you.
They officially last game made it to second level now. So, and we're doing XP.
boy.
And we're doing XP instead of milestone too. So, yeah.
Marhaba.
Well, better them than me. Anyways, as you guys are walking out the island, you guys make your way through this central valley that makes the pathway essentially from the main temple all the way out towards the kind of receiving docks. You spot on the docks near your ship, there's a group of 4 individuals kind of like standing together, kind of. There's duffel bags on the ground nearby them, and they're just kind of like leaning up against a railing there. You see a female figure bedecked in like heavy armor. There is like a male, perhaps half elf. It's got like a slightly pointed ears, not like super sharp point to him. He has it's like a salt and pepper gray and black hair, cut short. He's sitting there with a black root in his mouth, kind of slowly puffing on it. He's dressed in like leathers, like dark cape over his back. There's a gnome who's kind of like sitting on the ground nearby them, messing around with a couple of like little intricate things. There's a another female just in like light, like cotton clothes, very loose fitting.
I'm going to assume these are new crew members.
I mean,
If not, they're just some travelers that have got all their stuff right there ready to go.
yeah. Or they're just here to take the ship.
They can try.
I mean, it would be a terrible decision. You want to go chat to them?
Yeah, let's go. I'll walk up. As I slowly walk up, I just make sure, like, I do that little hat straight. Click the
Looking
feather.
I
Push it.
cast gusts so that the cape behind him flows just a little bit. Give him a little bit of a puffed out edge as he steps through.
I walk up, all trying to be all confident. Like, now trip halfway. No. Am I right in to think you're the washed up lot that I've got as my new crew?
Yes, that would be us. The male in like leathers kind of like steps forward. I am Wenton. These are my friends. We have Fen there, gesturing towards the lady in like the heavy armor. She kind of glances over, and you see this kind of like yellowish eyes look out from behind this like helm that covers most of her face there. We have Gimbal there, gestures down to the gnome, who kind of like looks up and goes, "Hi, how's it going? You the captain?"
I am. You can call me. And then he does a sly little think back to the pool and the water and goes, "Captain Rose."
Okay, Captain Rose.
Telepathically, you hear "I see you."
Yeah, just turn back and give you that look like, "Don't make me look bad."
No, it's in the head. It's in the head.
And finally, we have Penny here. He gestures towards the like lady in like loose clothes.
Femi?
Penny.
Penny.
Penny, yes. Yeah. We get to find a spot on board. What do you guys want us? What do you guys?
Well, yeah, join us. These are my companions. I'll let them introduce themselves. We'll go onto the ship deck, and I'll just group them around, line them up, and just. What are your professions? Without sounding too gladiator.
Yeah. Quentin goes, well, we are sailors for the most part. Fen is probably more on the warrior side. I am generally tend to be like a helmsman. Penny is great on the sails, especially. Gimbal, he likes to fix things and make things work better sometimes. We're not really here to defend your ship unless we are directly attacked or fight for you. Unless, again, we or the ship is directly under assault. Perhaps we will step in. We're not your warriors, but we will serve as crew for as long as needs be for this direct mission.
That's fine. I appreciate your honesty in this. In return, I ask for honesty. And my men and myself, we may get into some situations and some stuff may be said on deck. It stays on deck. Of course, you all have a wage. We'll find out that after the first trip and see how it goes. Performances obviously will be reflected in your pay. We plan to set out shortly, going to the east. Yeah, for now, get comfortable. There is, I believe there's 2 rooms down below deck. See fit. Get familiar with the ship.
Well, go on.
And
You're the captain.
Aye, no problem. And kind of gather up and
You're goddamn right.
You're
isn't
on
it?
board.
If the captain tells you something, that's the way it is. You don't get to say to him, "Oh, we approve this message." You just say, "Yes, sir." All right. So let's try it again. Go and do your job.
they just kind of turn and start heading off, going to their positions.
I'm like, how'd I do?
Right. Good. Good.
You did all right.
I like
I don't know. I feel like there's some bits I needed to work on. We'll take notes later.
You didn't have to fight them. That's a good thing.
That's a good start. It's good. I mean,
It's always a good
and they
start.
didn't quit as soon as you started talking. They listened to you to the
Although
end.
you quickly learn who's the better fighter if you fight them first. But they'll learn to dodge a catapult or a bolt or whatever.
I wonder about you saying, "I appreciate your honesty." I would probably not give it up so quick. Let them earn that. You know what I mean? You're not their friend. You're their boss.
You have to feed
Noted.
them pickled pigeon for a while and let them shit over the side of the bow. Then do so.
You can be friendly with the help, but at the end of the day, they're just help. And they're going to be gone, so don't get attached to them. Yeah? They've got their own lives and their own goals and their own dreams and their own aspirations, and you don't want to give a shit about any of that.
Unless if they prove themselves, then maybe a little,
Maybe.
It all depends on how much they're worth.
Yeah. I realize as I'm saying this out loud that I'm actually quoting my father, and I hate every moment of what has come out of my mouth. So I kind of blush a burnish red, and I just go onto the ship, gently floating across, because I can fly very easily.
Like all the time.
Like, I could literally fly all the time.
Mm. Hey, we've even got the magic flying carpet now.
That's another one. That's another one. Ah, fine.
We've got a lot of stuff. We might have to start thinking about easier ways of transporting it about on missions. Because I can't see myself carrying a carpet.
No,
But
that's true.
Maybe
I can carry.
maybe
a carpet.
Lucius.
Well, yeah, Lucius can carry a carpet for sure, but why
We
not
should have
ride
asked
on
for
a
a
carpet?
bag of holding, really. We should have asked for one.
What's that hindsight? Any shops on this one?
I take a look back wistfully at the cover, and I'm like, dang it, that line is going out the door. Let's go. Maybe we'll stop off on the way at these islands that your man talked about downstairs. Maybe they'll have a bag of holding too.
First, I'll check to see if Lucius is still on the ship before we depart.
Lucius,
If he's
stop
still being
talking to that old
sick.
woman. Stop talking to her. I know, she's very good looking. Very good looking. Good choice. Nice work. She's a whore. What's wrong with you? Looking at like a decrepit whore. What's wrong with you? She's got one leg. I don't hear
Her
it.
name was Eileen. Sorry.
Mm-mm.
Oh god.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Mm-mm.
On the ship, we're setting sail soon.
Thank you.
All right. Take off the mooring ropes, and I take my customary position at the back of the ship.
I open up the maps and plot a course to maybe go towards one of these islands on the way, just because, well, we're in kind of a rush.
I mean,
Let's see how the first day of travel goes.
yeah.
I proceed to go to the kitchen and start cooking stuff, depending on what time of day it is, or prepping stuff for, the evening meal. Or lunch. What time of day is
Just
it
chilling
anyway?
in the galley.
Probably about evening time.
That sounds good. Yeah. Sure. Evening sounds about right.
You do not know these things. I mean, the sun comes and goes, clouds get in the way, who knows?
The new crew is kind of like scurrying around. Now Penny is like climbing up, getting the sails let loose, checking the various areas where they're like bound. Quentin's got, he stepped up to like kind of near the Hail-Mary and go, Captain, did you want me to take it out or you want the honors?
Let me take it out.
Very well. I will stand by. Can I look at the map?
Of course. I'll hand it over and let him survey the course.
Yeah, he starts looking and he kind of pulls out like ruler and various other tools of nautical use. And he starts kind of like working over the map. He pulls out a sextant, kind of like looks out over where the sun is and starts making little measurements. He pulls out a pencil and a like little notebook he's got and starts like jotting down calculations.
I'm like taking it out, but now I'm like watching him do this, and I'm like, I'm so glad we got somebody.
I'm watching him do the thing.
Direction.
Yeah, I give like a telepathy message out to Hendrix, like, I don't like this guy. He looks as competent as my brother.
Yeah, but I've met your brother. It was a bit weird, but he was good with numbers, and well,
We could do with that.
I'm kind of glad
Yeah.
we got this guy. Well, let's see how it goes first. He might just be writing numbers down, pretending, for all I know.
I mean, yeah. Also, watch him. Someone who's that good with the ship might start thinking it's his.
I don't think
Just
that's going to be an option, as I mentally tell the ship to keep an eye on him.
Sorry, Captain. I don't mean to bother you, but
Yes.
I wanted to verify a couple things. Are we going straight to the island, or are we stopping for more supplies and or other items? Lermont is good spot, so we could stop by their capital and refit if there's anything you need.
Yes, we would need to stop. We wanted to short stop, maybe a night. Yes. Of course.
All right.
I'm still a bit like, I don't got a clue what he's doing.
If you head north, northeast, about 2 points off here, and he kind of like gestures, like with his hand, so that it's very obvious of which direction you need to head to. You'll go on that direction for a little while. The winds are more favorable that way, I believe.
Perfect. I'll turn into it and I'll see it away from the island and then call him to take over.
Well done, Captain. You're a master at your craft. If you would like, we were resting up before so that we could fly into the night. If you and your companions desire to rest, relax, or party, whatever you do on your journeys.
Yeah, I think we can take a long rest. Oh.
I'll stay up.
You gonna stay up?
Okay. Just for a little bit. I just want to see what it's like having the ship go and me just watch it go and everyone's doing it for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just embracing it a little bit.
Hey, you do what you got to do, Captain Rose. I'm going to go to bed and get a nap. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm not going to nap. Going to cast Learmon's tiny hut. And I'm going to form the inside of the hut to look like the inside of the Merchants Club. And I'm going to sit down on a chair. Going to smoke a pipe. Going to look around the empty room. Going to look up at the portrait of my great-great-grandfather. Going to look at the chair that I know my father has near it, even though I've never seen it. And I'm going to start writing down some ideas.
All right. And as kind of get yourself situated, Natsu, what are you up to?
Prepping tonight.
So loud with the wind rushing over the deck of the ship. It's hard to hear the cat.
Yeah, the prepping for tonight's meal, for sure. After I prep, guess I'll stay up until everything's served. Then afterward, I'm passing out.
Okay. Sounds good. As you start to work on the meal, you kind of hear a very soft, slow, faint, like viol, kind of like playing as you get to work. Hendrix, you are up on deck, kind of watching. Penny kind of slides down off the rigging once she's kind of satisfied that things are in a good position, and she pulls out this like viol and starts like playing slowly, just kind of this mellow tune. Ben is up kind of by the prow of the ship, kind of standing there looking out, taking in the surroundings, while Quentin just kind of steers the ship, kind of listening to the music as you guys head away. The island's starting to disappear behind you, and in your head you get, Hendrix, I just wanted to check in. This is Theodosia. How's your vacation going?
I am like in silence. I like get up for a second. I look around and see that nobody is around me. I'm like, well, vacation sort of changed. It's now turned into a bit of a chase for a crown and a dragon. We're sailing east towards. I look at the map and see the name of the map, the island.
Which one, Mashok or Leroth?
Leroth. Leroth. We're all safe though. How are you? And I think that's like 21 words.
Yeah. You get a little pause and you get, did she say that you're chasing a dragon? I don't think I can send you guys anywhere. Do you need anything?
Thinking about what around, like all the items are. I say out loud, I really wish Randy was here, forgetting that they'll hear that. Why'd he go to bed so early? Shit, they can hear me. We've got most of our supplies. Realizing it's hard to carry. Bag of holding would be a great idea. Rose.
He's even signing it Rose now. Lord.
Yeah.
And kind of goes quiet after that. No direct response.
Stunned silence in the house of McCrilly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now there's nothing. I'm like, oh shit, we in trouble.
Shit, I fucked up.
Oh no, she asked. I didn't even explain the dragon. Just completely ignored that question.
Yeah.
Shit.
So the second response came from
Sagranus.
Yeah, he was obviously nearby when she sent her message.
I mean, if ever there was an NPC that would have more than one spell slot, it should be Sagranus.
Oh,
You know?
he does. Now, whether he deigns to use it is the question.
Yep.
Who has the ring? You have the ring. I'll tell you to call her in the morning.
I don't have sending.
No, but you have the ring. We have a ring of sending that we can use
No.
once a day.
I don't have the ring of sending.
I thought you had it, Hendrix.
I thought I gave it back because I was just incompetent when it came to using it. We'll have a look around our pockets and figure out who's got it.
We'll see who's got it later.
I did not sell it. I promise.
I don't have it. I think Lucius has it.
Whoever has it will get him to call her in the morning. When we're en route, it's fine. We can explain everything. Send a raven, I don't know.
I don't mind having it.
I don't see a ring of sending on Lucius.
I feel like
we know
definitely had
someone
one.
has it.
Yeah,
Someone's
we
got it.
definitely had one.
Yeah. You guys
I think
have
it's just been passed around so many times now
Yeah.
that maybe it's just not been re-added.
It's actually on Pios, and you guys didn't realize.
Gravtar's got it.
Yeah, Gravtar took it. Oh, that would be bad. All right. So as the night kind of draws on, the crew kind of sets about their work. Yeah, Quentin pulls out a black root, kind of lights it up as he steers the ship.
It's fair. That I've come across black root before, and
Mhm.
I know it has a few drawbacks, but it's good for perception. Is that right?
Yeah, so it let me see, where did I have that? It's down here.
I feel I had half a one on me in my inside pocket for like majority of campaign till clothes got changed.
Yeah.
I have it now.
So it
Probably would.
is it? So it is often used by ship captains to stave off drowsiness on long stretches. It allows those who use it to essentially not gather exhaustion when they push themselves, at least while they're under the influence. But essentially, it'll come back later. If they are not already exhausted, they will gain advantage on perception and investigation checks. So anyone using perception to find them while they smoke the odoriferous root will have advantage on it. So, yeah.
Okay. I have no issue with him smoking it while at the wheel, if it's nothing but helps him focus.
Yep.
I'll just gesture to the crew that I'm going down, and any issues, give us a shout.
Hi, Captain Rose.
You can just call me Rose. For now.
Sure, Captain Rose.
Cool. I'll go down.
All right. If you guys desire, you can take your long rest. Enjoy whatever Natsu had cooked up.
Nom, 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 nom.
Probably a stew.
Ooh,
right.
very much nom nom.
Probably pigeon stew.
Ooh, I'll take it.
No,
Do we get any
not bad.
hit points
Prepared
of
properly.
that?
Bit sweet.
With that though, everybody's gonna gain an extra thingamy-bob.
Level.
Well,
Curse.
no, I don't know about that, but
Curse.
Wouldn't that
Another
be
level.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a class feature? Yeah, eat this stew and you get a level.
You get the benefits of a temporary level, but lose a level afterwards.
Ooh.
so y'all gain. Let's see here. It says here. What is this? It says something about you gain temporary hit points after a long rest. Okay. With 1 hour of work or when you finish a long rest, you can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus. These special treats last for 8 hours after being made. A creature can use a bonus action, eat one of these treats to gain temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. So
Cool.
everybody gains proficiency bonus. I guess
that
plus
5?
5. Yeah, 5.
5 temporary hit
temporary.
points.
Temporary hit points.
Oh, and I just put 50 in. Let's just go take that back down to 5.
50 would be a mighty treat.
That would be. That's a hearty stew, that would be.
It's a constitution save after you have to go to the toilet.
Each vegetable was blessed.
I think I'll come up to the galley, take my food from you, nod and say thank you, and then I will go back down. I'm still writing.
That is fine. I mean, you eat whatever you want to eat, Andy. I
Yep.
mean,
I'm already gone. I'm not.
Yeah, I've let Daisy out, crow's nest for the evening. Gone to bed.
Sounds good.
For some reason, trust the crew.
All right.
Crazy
So
individuals.
We all fall asleep. None of us go on watch.
I've got Daisy on watch.
Daisy's on watch. Yeah. So
And
you
the ship
guys
itself.
take your long rest. You get to enjoy a night of uninterrupted sleep as the ship sails on, being expertly guided by the new helmsman of the Midnight Garden. You wake up in the morning. It is kind of a misty, cloudy day so far. Like as you kind of wake up, there's like that little bit of like dew or mist that's just like hitting you guys if you step out onto the ship from the clouds you're kind of flying through. As you come up, aye, Captain.
Morning.
Good morning. Morning. It was a fine night. Good sailing. I think we made good time. You'll see in a few minutes here, we'll be hopefully out of this cloud, and you'll see there'll be an island coming near. Should be just off the port side there.
Oh, fantastic news. Is any of my other crew awake yet?
I haven't seen anyone yet. Lucius came up at one point to use the privy, but other than that,
He has a
Let's
weak
see.
stomach,
yes,
strong muscles. It's surprising and embarrassing all at the same time. But nevertheless, he's a good fighter, so.
fair enough. It's your crew.
I'm going to let you be. I'm going to see if I can find Natsu and Randy in the galley. Then I'll head down. Mainly trying to find Randy and just tell him that somebody called last night.
Hey, whenever you're done and all set, I can go over the course directions for the day and take a rest myself if you're up for taking the helm when you're done.
No, of course. Let me just address the crew so they know the day, and I'll come up and relieve you.
Of course, enjoy. Take your time. No rush.
It's that once he said all that, as I'm walking away, I've gone, oh, he has been awake all night. Okay. I'll go down, find Randy, and just tell him meet me at the helm when he's up. Shout it into his room. I'll grab a cup of Joe from the kitchen and go to the helm.
Yeah, you actually see Penny is in there, like in the kitchen area, and she's got some food kind of working on there. We'll have food soon, Captain Rose. We've got tea or coffee, whichever you prefer. Quentin likes coffee, but Fen likes tea, so I always just make both.
Thank you, Penny. And
Tea, please.
I have to admit, the playing last night was lovely. I appreciate it. And I'll pour myself a cup of coffee. And,
I hope I didn't wake anyone or keep anyone up. I don't know. I find I enjoy the passage of time with the sound of music, and the rest of the crew kind of seem to enjoy it. But if it bothers you, I can stop.
No, the opposite.
Oh.
And I'll leave the kitchen at that. And I'll
Tea?
head to the helm.
Have a tea. Hello. When the two of you are finished, can I get a cup of tea, please?
Oh,
I didn't even see you in the galley.
Sorry, Randy.
I
I
was
didn't
right
see you
behind
there.
you. Okay. Yes, please. A cup of tea. Thank you. Ben, good morning. Good morning. I heard you playing.
course.
You were slightly flat. I got upstairs.
Do you take anything in your tea? Do you like
No.
honey, sugar, milk?
No, thank you.
All right. Everything all right?
Ben,
Do not grab that jar.
Oh,
stop what I'm about to say when I see Natsu and I walk up the stairs.
I'm sorry. I know it's your kitchen, but figured you're sleeping and.
You're going to kill people if you mix things together, etc. I'd have things labeled in my mind, not on the jars.
Yes, I was interested why the arsenic was next to the lard, but I figured you have your reasons.
It thins the blood just right.
All right. Well,
No,
it's
but
fine.
the one over to the left, down at the bottom, and it's kind of sticky. That is the honey.
I mean, do you like honey in your tea? We can put that in there if you like.
I like the other one.
Arsenic?
No, the other one that you was about to grab.
The lard?
I would do it myself.
Okay. You're a very confusing man. And she kind of like steps back, kind of scoops up a plate of. Seems like she's got like potatoes and like sausages mixed in with some like onions, all like kind of fried up.
Take my claw and stab one of her potatoes and try it.
So let me see how good it is. We'll just roll and see.
You can make a Constitution saving throw.
If you want to.
I mean, it's not going to affect me any. I'm immune to disease and poison, but depending on the taste, All right. You have potential about cooking. We will talk later, and maybe we can get you adapted to maybe cooking with some of my special ingredients that really gets the things going in Lucius and helps him out.
Okay.
He has a tendency to drink a lot, and he gets sick a lot, and stuff happens. So
Oh, he was speaking really loudly last night. I don't know. Does he normally do that? Like in this weird guttural language?
Doing that thing again that he always did. Okay, no, you do not need to worry about that. Here, I'll show you. Here, finish your food, and we'll do tea. Yes, tea. Looking over at Hendrix and Randy.
She like takes the bowl. I'm gonna go get this to Quentin. She kind of like scurries off. She's got like light, I guess like dirty blonde hair, pulled back in like a bun up on top of her head. The loose clothes. She kind of like moves pretty nimbly away, kind of making their way through to get through the door and head up.
Lucius is going to kill the new crew with the pointy stick.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, to Hendrix. You two.
I'm on the helm.
Well, fine.
I've gone back up to the helm with my coffee. No.
I'm like
I left
lean
that
back
kitchen
down.
experience a while ago.
Yeah, I look down into the stairwell where you are looking up from the galley. I'm like, what? Had no idea you were talking to us, honestly.
It's all right. Do not worry. Go away now. Fine.
Did you enjoy the Jenny's breakfast?
The potatoes. She has potential. Yes. We will work on her other skills though about navigating the kitchen. That way y'all don't fall into a coma, like y'all almost did.
Yeah, I don't like her either. Lean back up, looking up, eating her food.
You both hate her for completely different reasons. I love it.
Completely different reasons.
Just this little girl spent one night, made a cup of tea, played a bit of music, just trying to be nice.
How very dare she? How very dare she?
She like scurries past with the bowl and brings it up to Quentin. Here you go, Quentin. I'm gonna go get the sack for a bit. If that's okay.
Good night, Wendy.
Okay, Bandy. Scurries off.
I am too slow to cast a cantrip at her as she leaves, and that makes me the most upset.
Oh, well, how are you all? You need anything before I set things up for the day? Quentin kind of says, like taking a fork and stabbing it, and takes a bite out of one of the sausages in there.
I think you can get some rest. We're about to hit the main city. You should get at least an hour shut eye before we actually dock.
Well, you got about 3 hours or so. If you keep in this direction, you'll spot a large island. If you go to the north side of it, there'll be a large port there. That'll be the capital city of the area, Balera.
Okay.
It's a good spot. Plenty of shops, plenty of things to do.
Any flags we don't fly?
Oh, they're pretty good right now. They're not great fans of Desland, but right. Yeah.
That's fine.
You'll see their ship soon. They'll have the gray flag with the white elephant head on it.
Okay. Well, we'll wake you when we get there, okay? Just get some shut eye.
All right. Appreciate it. Pleasure serving, Captain Rose. Kind of steps back. Oh, if you need any calculations, here's my book. And he's got it like on the table, like near the helm, with like a heavy rock on top of it, like keeping everything down. You see he's got like rocks on the corners of the map. And then he's put like gimbals attached like this clamp to one side of it to keep the map down no matter what. But like you can take the rocks off and roll it up. Or currently he has it all out.
Okay. 3 hours flying. Sounds like a good way to start the day.
Yeah, like I said, it's a little bit damp and cool right now. A little bit of mist kind of flowing over that helm here. But soon, as the day kind of grows warmer, grows on, this cloud itself dissipates a little bit, and you guys can kind of see in the distance there's a large island up ahead, and you can spot a few ships like coming and going across the horizon, several heading towards what you would guess would be the northern side, this capital city that he had mentioned, as you guys make your way up.
While we're en route, I'll Randy, let's call him over and be like, so Theodosia gave us a little call last night, and
nice.
No, it was pretty chill. I mentioned that we're no longer on the island, and that we're going east.
Right. You told her about Mashok?
I mentioned there's a dragon and a crown, but then I ran out of words, and obviously I couldn't get her back. So I was I think you've got the ring of sending, or it might be in one of your bags. You still got it on. Perfect. If you could give her a better update, just let her know that we're stopping off at this island here for a night, and that we're heading off. Because I don't think she was. Well, don't say she wasn't unhappy with what I told her.
Right.
I just don't think she got the full story.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll do it. 25 words. Okay. No writing down, just making it up as I go along. Here we go. What's the name of the town that we're going to just now?
Valeria?
Balera. Okay. Balera, Demashok, Dragon, Prince with Crown of Sorrow, Awakening, Mashok, Uh-oh. Shield Wardens, or one word. En route, or one word. Do we stop them or help? 20. Hendrix is now called Captain Rose. The truth. Yes. Yes, it would suck if all one word was part of the count. In fact, let's retcon it. That last bit about Captain Rose is not there, and I've just got, do we stop or, and that's the end of the 25. And I go, oh no, I said all one word twice. That's 6 words. Oh no. That's on me.
You just turned around me on the helmet to give you a thumbs up, eh? Didn't hear a word you said. Hendrix like, thank God that's done. Don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah. Anxiety free since 1983.
Well, only you guys could go on vacation and end up chasing a dragon. Unsure of Mashulk and that situation, keep us updated. Good luck.
Okay. Useless. Okay. I, in my frustration, will do animating performance on the pillow and the lamp holder next door to Penny's bed, and just have them just jump on her. Okay, that's fine.
Hendrix, you will receive in your head, if you're going to Bolera, stop by the lamppost. Ask for Jorg. He can arrange a guide to the city for you.
Okay. Ask for Jorg. White Lantern.
Lamppost.
Just the lamppost. This is why we don't send it to Hendrix.
Yeah.
Did you send it to Hendrix, or did he send it to
He
Randy?
sent it
to Hendrix.
to Hendrix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
Sagrana
literally
sent
saying
it to Hendrix.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Lamppost.
Mm-hmm.
White lamp. Urgot. Fuck. Why isn't there nobody here when this happens?
What's happened?
Then realise that I'm now replying to him.
Oh no.
Appreciate it. I'll
Say Mulwearin. How to stop?
How to stop Moeran?
Help.
Randy asked. Help. And then I don't know how many words I've been saying, so I'm like, should really tend to stop sending me the messages, especially when I've got nobody around me.
Doesn't
Never
get
goes
it.
well.
Doesn't get it.
By that should be the end of the 25.
Yeah.
Randy, you get in your head. Apparently, we aren't supposed to send to Hendrix. We'll do more research on Dragon. Stop by lamppost, ask for Jorg. He can guide.
I reply, staring at Hendrix as I reply, and I say it out loud. Duh.
Why are you looking at me and saying that duh for?
Captain Rose is not a talker. I will find Jorg at the lamppost, staring at you as I say this to you.
As you're saying this, I'm like, shit. 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 The confidence of the captain has now been slapped away. Make eye contact.
Luckily, none of the new crews up here.
Yeah.
I then also say, please provide funds at Balera for collared ones hunting. We need firepower. That's 25.
What's Natsu up to right now?
Cooking.
Yeah, probably prepping stuff, doing whatever he's doing, you know.
Checking everything in the kitchen to make sure Penny hasn't put it in the wrong place.
Exactly.
Listening to the screams of Penny right now as like a pillow is playfully trying to
Smother
her in her bed.
Oh.
I like hazing.
And as you start your descent and your travel into the city, yeah, I mean, you see various ships sailing around. One kind of sails somewhat nearby that looks like a little bit more of like a salt kind of ship, probably equivalent of like a sloop in kind of our sailing terms. So a smaller, fast ship kind of comes by, sails by. It seems to take note. You see someone with like a spyglass kind of like taking you in, but you know, kind of keeps on going afterwards. And you're able to descend down into what is a very busy port city. This is very like reminiscent of like colonial, like Age of Sail sort of Britain, Caribbean kind of vibe here. Lots of buildings stacked in close together near the port. Many ships just anchored, you know, moored up along spots and various levels here in the city. In the distance, there's like a large castle that's like in the middle of this city structure, up on a higher hill, looking down over the city. And you see there's like people running all over the deck, loading ships, moving goods into warehouses, moving up. Ahead, there are people kind of running around the docks with like carts of like food. You hear people calling out, you know, various like, we got fish, we got fish. I got chicken over here, chicken, fried nuts. You know, all sorts of random things like, you know, the docks are bustling. There are sailors that are gathered together in like groups. Some are working, some are just like kind of like lounging around near the boats. Yeah, fix that. But anyways, as you guys descend and kind of head towards the docks, you'll see like a dwarf woman with like kind of bright red clothing on, waving flags and like directing you towards a dock. She's like kind of trying to guide you into that spot.
I'll fly in with the ship assisting me just in case I do not want to be shown up.
Yep. No problem. Yeah.
When you say we're going in, I had this image of ship like cruising into the docking space and then just like flipping up so it's like vertical, like backing up against the door of the door, and then just like kicking in the door going, ah! I don't know how a ship does that, but that's what I had in my head. Just it was like a 10-pin strike animation. Just became a whole thing. There's something going wrong up here, guys. It's just not always positive.
It's already on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you kind of dock, you see the dwarf kind of like scurry over. Welcome to Balera. What can I do for you? What brings you to our fine city?
We're just here for some shopping for the evening. Plan to go out after some resupplies in the morning. If we could have a position on the dock and for the night.
I suppose we can. There is a 10 gold per day docking fee.
That's fine. I give the 10 gold and I give the name Rose for the check sheet.
All right. Captain Rose of the Midnight Garden.
Correct.
She like jots down in a ledger, takes the gold and kind of adds it to like a satchel that's strapped around her. All right. Any work, anything you need done while you're here?
I don't think so. Not on the ship, anyway. We have a shipwright, the gnome, if worst came to worst. Maybe some shipwriting supplies?
Pitch
That'd
and
be a
tar.
thing if you...
Yeah.
Tar and planks?
Yeah.
If you need, if you got your own repairman, we've got a supply depot right over there at the end of Dock 8. You can send someone over there. Prices are somewhat reasonable.
That's fair. Thank you for the information. Other than that, we were looking to do some shopping. If you could point us in towards the market or establishments. Which way is the town centre, basically? Because we're at the dock, so.
We've been told that there's a good tavern called the Lamppost. Could you direct us to it, please?
Aye, the Lamppost. Okay. Yeah, if you go to the northern side of town, just a few blocks north of the castle there, you'll see it. It's a, it's a tavern. It's got a big lamppost out front. It's really not that original of a name, but it's a good place. It's hearty food. It's good company. The tavern master Jorg is a nice enough guy.
I'm sitting here going, why does that all sound familiar?
I look at it, I'm like, okay, thanks Yelp reviews.
I'll before we leave, I'll go to the gnome on the ship and explain there's a shop, and if he needs any supplies for if the ship needs to be repaired, to stock up now, and I will give him 60 gold pieces.
Go 100.
100 gold. I was like, is 100 too much? Like, I give him 100, and I'm like, I give him the look like I expect change.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a test to see if he comes back with 100 gold pieces, or what he comes back with.
I mean, it's like, I don't know about in England, but here in the States, government jobs, if you don't use your whole budget, you lose it. So
Yep.
it's gonna get used.
Yeah. But I accepted that. I accepted I was going to lose it from the beginning. So But cool.
Yeah,
I do
and
that,
as you
and then
guys
head
get
off
ready
into
to head off, Gimbal takes the money and kind of like looks it over and nods and pulls out a little notebook and starts jotting down some things. The new crew kind of gathers up on deck. Quentin kind of coming out and looking over the ship, looking over the docks. And as Lucius kind of steps out and you guys get ready to head down the like little gangplank here, I think that is a spot where we will wrap it up for this time, since Dave's got things later on today and we got no Lulu. So we will come back. It's going to be 3 weeks, guys. Thank you all for joining us live. I know it's insane, 3 weeks. We're going to maybe see if we can get like a one shot or something going next week, if we can get enough players and things going just to fill the time slot. But if not, this game itself will be back in 3 weeks after everyone gets a little bit of a break and relaxes. Thank you, everyone. Join us if you're interested. It's Friday night for us Americans, so probably hard for many of our British followers that are out there. Sorry, guys, but Dave's going to be running his Age of Regression game, and we'll have another game next Wednesday night for us Americans, our homebrew system that we're working on.
And we accidentally erased the previous one, so I'm going to probably live stream that. So if y'all come in and stuff like that, hit me up in chat, ask questions, whatnot, and I'll be able to answer questions instead of actually running the game and not being able to answer y'all completely. So yeah, but that should be maybe Wednesday. I mean, I'm possibly thinking about actually doing it Tuesday during the day.
Like a watch along.
So yeah, watch along essentially. So
there you go. So check that out, and if as always, if you ever have questions or something, that's a spot you can hit us up through one of our socials, or join Patreon. That's definitely a spot where any tier gets Q&A time. So I'd love someday, if we had enough people that were interested, to do like what were you thinking sort of a episode from time to time with players of like,
that'd be pretty funny.
What's going on in people's heads. But we'll see. It's hard to find time. Anyways, with that, guys, let's get out of here. Let's move on, and we'll see you guys soon.
So
Peace out, people.
bye.